Guys, my name is Smucker. I'm 23 years old. Right now I live in a city called Phnom Penh, Cambodia, working as an English teacher. Over the course of my life, I've struggled with a performance mentality. What this means is that my best has never really been good enough, that I could only receive love on the basis of what I've actually accomplished. Now, as most of us know, this isn't how true love really works. And although I believe that, the performer inside of me has never really been satisfied with being mediocre or just okay. I never really measured up to my expectations, and because of this, I've had really high expectations for people and for God. And as you could guess, this hasn't played out very well for me. I guess for me, being content with what I've accomplished has kind of felt like an excuse to stop growing. We experience severe growing pains during seasons of change that can really hurt us. But I think it's during these times that we find out what we're actually made of. In my attempt at being humble, I discourage myself from voicing victories in my life. But everyone who's tried to do this, to try to hide their accomplishments, knows that it's literally impossible, and it's definitely not striving after true humility. I'm not trying to say that I have so much to brag about, but in order to do life together with people, we need to be free to express who we are, what we've done, and where we're heading. It's been a journey over the last 12 months being away from home. I've learned so much about how to value my story, who I am, and what I have to offer the world. I believe that when a person discovers the uniqueness of what they have to offer the world, they live and it changes everything. They live differently and it changes everything. When we start to believe in ourselves, we begin to experience life in a completely new way. We can give and receive love not because we deserve it, but because we know we can't live without it. And because the one who created us gave us a pretty good example of how to do this. Now, with that in mind, I look back at my life up to now, and I realize I've been pretty silly. Not living up to my potential has made me feel like a failure at times, and has caused me to have very little confidence in myself. After seasons of letting myself down, I would try to hide the problems. But eventually they would resurface and I would have a meltdown. I would get angry, I would be frustrated, and even do a little bit of crying from time to time. Eternalizing my sin and my hurt was never the right answer, never the solution. And hiding inside myself only created separation. Separation from God, separation from people. And I've learned that genuine forgiveness and vulnerability is the only way we can actually heal from past hurt. I think I'm finally starting to learn how to let go. What I mean is that I'm accepting that I will mess up, that I will let myself down, and I will let others down as well. And the only choice that I have is to let it go and give it up to God. I know now that part of my role in this life is to simply be a friend, even when it hurts me. I'm going to have lots of dreams during my life, and it's okay if I'm not chasing all of them all at once. I think sometimes God just wants us to rest and wants us to learn a little bit more about ourselves and about the people around us. And honestly, I still live with pretty high expectations for myself, and I definitely don't have all the answers. I'm not always heading down that perfectly straight road that takes me to my final destination. Sometimes I think I like to take the back road and get lost for a little bit, just so I can experience a little bit of excitement and adventure. But now, what I believe is that the things that I have to offer the world are truly unique and special. And most importantly, I have people around me to do life with, both here, both back home, and all around the world, because it's best to share life with people. I want to end by referencing a quote from one of my favorite books called Love Does by Bob Goff. He says, I used to think you had to be special for God to use you. But now I know you simply just have to say yes. So that's it. Just say yes. I hope what I've said today encourages you to start sharing more of your story with the people around you.